An application, visit thesuns.com promo page. Stephen Hunter, part of a 62-win team in 04-05. There he is, the agile 7-footer. He can slam, he can swat.
Wow, that's a young Hunter.
Oh, bouncy. Boy, he has some bounce. Now the Suns ambassador out in the community.
Late tractor trailer.
Oh, he didn't have a whole lot of lift. Who are you driving on there? Back, oh my goodness, backing him down, TC. He had that mid-range game. You ought to see him shoot now. We go out to these events. He makes all of his free throws, and he steps back and starts shooting threes. I'm like, dude, if you would have done that back then, you'd still be playing.
No, I've been trying to get TC in a three-point contest. He's scared to play me, though.
I could do that. I need some warm-up time, but I could do that.
All right.
Are you enjoying this role as the Suns ambassador? You do such a great job out at all these events and with the kids.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. You know, it's I did it a lot while I was playing, and now I get a chance to do it full time. It's been great getting out in the community and helping out the kids and traveling different places. It's just been awesome, so I'm happy.
Oh, it's so good that we've come up with our own feature for Stephen Hunter calling Standing Tall with Stephen. It's Military Appreciation Night.
About.
So for the first one tonight, Stephen marches along with the vet helping other vets.
Tell me about your journey. You know, what brings you out here? You know, why are you doing this?
So I started in Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, and I've been about 2,400 miles. I'm walking to Camp Pendleton, which is just north of San Diego. It'll be a total of 2,753 miles, and I'm trying to raise money for two different veterans organizations. One that helps with mental health care for veterans, free, no hassle mental health care for veterans, and that's called the Headstrong Project. And the other one is Help Our Military Heroes. They build modified minivans, wheelchair-accessible minivans for guys that were severely wounded in Iraq and Afghanistan.
This is a great cause that we have because there's a lot more veterans like my dad who need the extra help and who need these benefits to, you know, take care of themselves for the rest of their life.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, and that's the thing about PTSD. It's such a treatable thing. You know,
Yeah.
if you recognize the need for help, if you go and get help, you will get better. Thankfully, that stigma is kind of dying down. It used to be, you know, if you were getting help, you were weak or something, but
Right.
it's really not like that. It's a normal response to your body, to, you know, going through combat and everything. So it's very treatable, and that's what the Headstrong Project does, is, you know, helps to treat them. They treat a lot of high-risk guys,
Right.
so ones that got it the worst.
Is there something that you went through during the war that made this issue kind of close to your heart and made you want to get out here at such a young age to fight for the veterans?
A couple years ago, I was going through some pretty low times. You know, I wasn't, just from my experiences in combat or whatever, and whatever you want to call it, it definitely affected me, and it affected me more than I really thought at first. It's kind of was a slow onset, and that's kind of typical with PTSD. Is it can take time. So I went and got help. You know, I used the VA, I used the VFW. Some combat veterans at the VFW helped me a lot, and I feel it made me a lot better. And I think honestly, it's not a stretch to say that, you know, going and getting help probably saved my life. So that's what the Headstrong Project's working to do every single day, is to help guys that are going through their issues, going through their struggles. And like I was saying before, it's such a treatable mental disorder. You just talk to somebody and you really do feel better. So that's definitely another way that's close to my heart, I guess.
To show our gratitude towards you, I have a little gift here from the Phoenix Suns. And here it is. You have the very own jersey.
Look at that.
And number 23, the last name.
Nice.
There you go.
That's what I'm talking about.
23 for the 23 miles per day that Justin would march.
Yeah.
You mentioned your dad as well. Tell us more about him and maybe some of the issues that he had.
Well, he served in Vietnam for 3 years, and he got up to the rank of sergeant. While he was there, he was a door gunner on an airplane. They used to drop off troops and drop off supplies, and happy he made it back, because I was born 10 years later, and you know, happy he's in good spirits now. But yes, he did have some struggles after Vietnam, and he overcame them through time and through help and through counseling. And you know, this is just a great day to celebrate not only him but all the veterans everywhere. Yeah.
When everybody saw the photo, too, right? It looks just like Steve. Looks just like
I know, that's
Steven.
my twin, right?
Yeah, I'm sure he is very, very proud of you. Looking forward to our next Standing Tall with Steven segment.
Hey, thanks for having me on here, man.
And
Nice to see you.
Just
All
to
right.
give the fans a little taste, should we tell them?
What's that?
Steven's going to be with a man who turned 103.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's our next one.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Great game tonight. Let's enjoy it.
At GMC, incredible thinking is everywhere.
Thing too, Stephen Hunter joining us now in studio. I was a little rough too. You didn't know whether to say happy birthday to Pete or Grandpa. We got a little bit of both there, but you made a lot of friends out at the residence.
It was fun getting out there in the community, and he was so happy to see us. And you know, he watches the game now. He's actually still a fan, and for a lot of those people there, they were asking about Dick Van Arsdale and Connie Hawkins and all those guys. So it's amazing how far Phoenix Suns tradition stretches back.
Tom
so
Chambers?
It was great. Yeah.
Did they ask about Tom Chambers?
No, they didn't ask about Tom too much.
That's right. I'm a new. I'm current. You know, I'm just barely out of the league. Yeah.
Well, you guys are both so good. You guys were kind of teaming up too when the team was training camp up in Flagstaff. And I think some of the reactions of the kids are priceless because when you add it all up, this is like 23 feet and 10 inches of NBA star power when the two of you guys meet up. You guys really enjoy this?
Oh, absolutely. You know, getting out, and I love Flagstaff too. Getting up there, it always, you know, is like the start of the season. I'm glad that the Suns decided to go back up there. We were able to go to the YMCA's up there and help some kids learn to shoot, play some basketball. They needed some instruction too. They were fun. They had a lot of fun up there. But yeah, there's one good performance.
EJ, I got to
EJ.
throw EJ in there. There's another 6 foot 8 inches, right?
Yeah, that was great.
Eddie tries to take over.
He tries to tell me he knows how to shoot.
But no, we had a good time.
We did have a good time. They were excited to see all of us. They actually still thought I played. I
Looks like I was yelling at somebody right there. Oh, that's funny. No, we had a great time.
We did.
Going up there, you know, all these old guys, us old guys, Steven's not old, but us old guys, you know, hanging out with the kids. And
hey, we were all huffing and puffing because like Denver, is in altitude. And I want to ask Stephen Hunter, a former member of the Denver Nuggets. You played in altitude. You obviously played against the Nuggets as a member of the Suns. So the Suns are there tonight. How different will it be for Phoenix, especially those first few minutes as we see standing tall with Stephen as a former Nugget?
Well, I'll tell you what, we used to have so much fun playing at home when I played with the Nuggets. We'd have guys running out of breath, and they have white stuff all over their mouth. after the first quarter, we used to just run guys out of the gym. You know, having training camp there really helped, and you know, we're just gonna have to be ready tonight. You know, we'll see what happens.
Well, elevation is a big advantage, and especially in the first quarter. The first few minutes, once you get that good sweat, and a lot of guys say, and I said, you know, I mean, even in Salt Lake where I was from, that's the same. It just isn't called Mile High City. It's the same elevation going to Salt Lake as it is going to Denver. But you just got to get that good sweat in warm-ups, and you can get through it. And if you get through the first few minutes, then you can run with them as well. But it is kind of funny watching guys who are like.
It is. Once they get their second win, they'll be fine. Normally the second half is when they pretty much, you know, pump it up a little bit more. But in the first half, it's going to be tough. But we just have to bust through that wall and get through there, and, you know, we'll be fine.
Let's talk about a Suns player who's certainly busting through. The evolution of Markieff Morris. Boy, just over the last couple of seasons, we have seen the growth and maturity. What impresses both of you most about Markieff Morris, especially the last, you know, season and a half? We'll start with you, Stephen.
Well, just his consistency. You know, I believe that, you know, signing his brother on the team along with him was one of the best things we could have done because they push each other. And you can tell that they put the work in the off season. You can tell that they work every day after practice, and his consistency has just been amazing for us.
Well, I agree with Stephen on the consistency wholeheartedly. But for me, it's also, he seemed to, a couple of years ago, seemed to have fallen in love with a three-point shot. Now he takes a three-point shot when he's open, but for the most part, he's become a power forward. You know, and he rebounds. He's blocking some shots now. He's just. I didn't know if he wanted to really be a power in the power forward position, but he's doing all that.
No doubt about it. He is playing great basketball right now. All right, so today was one of the biggest shopping days that there is throughout the year. So we wanted to pose to you, both of you guys, if you guys were to go shopping today, what would you buy the Phoenix Suns?
You know, I'll tell you what, this team is really good. They can really score. They can really push it up. But if I thought that there was a single need, it would be that big banger, you know, guy who could be a backup power forward who would come in and create problems for people, a tough guy mentality. The Suns, I think, are a little thin on the front line, certainly not in the backcourt, so that would be about the only need that I could figure out.
Well, I have to agree with Tom. You know, just that banger, that mean guy in there that can get those hard rebounds at the end of the game. You know, I like what we have now. We just have to stay consistent to what we're doing, and we should be fine.
I think if Jeff Hornacek were to shop for the Suns right now, he'd try to buy a 54-minute game instead of 48. He needs more minutes for all these talented players. I mean, they are so deep. Good stuff. All right.